What's up? So I decided to make a video because I figured out a pretty good way to clean the bearing on these Jupiter rollers or whatever rollers from, I think, Trumpos. Kevin, if that is indeed his real name, gave me one of these guys to play with, and I like it, but the bearing was kind of slow and gunked up when I got it, and the bearing's sealed, so you can't just pop the bearing out and clean it normally. After looking around, I found out mineral spirits was a good way to go because it's safe for the plastic, which is important. So don't dump acetone on this thing or it'll just eat the top up. So when I got it, the bearing would spin a little bit, but not much at all. And now, I mean, it does pretty well. Now it'll really get going and it spins pretty good. The first thing I did is I just put it in a jar with mineral spirits up past the point of the top, just trying to let it soak in. That was sort of effective, but not super effective because it didn't really do a great job of getting into the bearing. And then I realized if you look on the inside, you can actually get at most all of it from the inside. You can see straight down through to the tip into the bearing. And I was like kind of considering epoxying it so it'd be a fixed tip. And then I was like, well, why don't I try putting mineral spirits in there? So I put mineral spirits in the top here, and filled it up so it would overflow into that little brass fitting and then completely soak the bearing from the inside. To take it one step further, just to make sure I was getting everything where it's supposed to go, I totally dropped it. I then used compressed air to force the mineral spirits through the bearing to clean it up, and I'll show you how I did that real quick in just a second once I pick up the top I dropped. Okay, so here's the only tools I used. I filled this up on the inside with mineral spirits, and then I used a blowgun hooked up to a compressor. I didn't even bother hooking up the hose because it was just easier to try and do this one person. This way, if you have a hose on the end of your blowgun, that would be easier, but I don't, so I just had to get somebody to help me. I put this hose on the end of my blowgun, and then I just use the end here, this is just vacuum hose, and put it down inside the top to try and get it over that hole there. And it was kind of messy, and you're probably going to want to wear some nitrile gloves or something. But it definitely forced a bunch of the mineral spirits through the bearing, which cleaned it up pretty good. So that was pretty effective. Now it spins great, and I don't have to make it a fixed tip. I can just get another fixed tip. So I hope this helps somebody out, because these are kind of hard to figure out how to clean. Let me know if it works, and talk to you guys later. Bye.